Hello, everybody, fellow followers, and welcome to FanZcene tonight. And this is the Physical Media Show. And tonight with me, as always, we have Tom from Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark, and Runner from.
What I do?
Is can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
And Runner it's Lord Runner. Is that your channel?
Yeah, that's my channel. I might change it sometime, but as of now, it's Lord Runner.
All right. And you guys are both mods, so if you want to drop any links or anything in the chat where we're going, you go ahead anytime.
Dope.
If it's going to be porn, make sure it's good stuff.
Of course.
Of course. So let's have fun tonight, guys, and let's just chat physical media and share some cool stuff. I hope you guys brought some cool stuff tonight.
Hell yeah.
All right, Runner. You think maybe we can leave it off of the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead remake?
Nothing is related to that. Hopefully we don't start that mess like we normally do.
Sounds good.
I don't know what this stream will be like this time. So I don't know. Cross your fingers because I can't tell you what's gonna happen or not.
All right. It better not be none of that gay stuff.
The fuck? Now you're just lying.
I was just messing with you, Runner.
Yeah, I know.
Tom, you want to go first? We'll see what you got right off the bat.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you're to the right, left side of me, whatever side that is.
All right, let's see what I got here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think so. Okay. These are some older ones, but ones that I have not seen in a long time and I enjoyed. We have DC Cab is the first one.
With Mr. T.
Kino Lorber and directed by Joel Schumacher and starring Mr. T, Gary Busey, Paul Rodriguez, Jose Perez, what's his face? Adam Baldwin, the guy from Real Time with Bill Maher. Bill Maher,
you mean?
Yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good. It was 80s movie.
I've not seen that one, but I've been wanting to see that one for a while. Actually, I heard it was like
it's got some pretty good one-liners in it and stuff.
Yeah, it's like Mr. T's one of his first big like solo films. So yeah.
Are we supposed to bring 4 or 5 stuff this stream?
5.
Okay, I wasn't sure because he usually changes it
into private, but it didn't go through. There it goes.
Okay, because I don't know. You didn't tell me. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Runner, whatever.
Dick.
Greetings to the chat, everybody in the chat, Martin and Tyrell so far, and everybody watching. Thanks for being here, guys. But yeah, I've been actually wanting to see DC Cab. That's one of the few I have not seen from the 80s. So that's cool. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
It's not like a great movie. I mean, but it's fun.
Yeah, I heard it was like
plot is like, there's all these cabs in, I think it's New York or Washington. I can't remember which. Maybe it's DC. I think it's called DC Cab.
Washington DC.
Yeah, it's DC. I was just gonna say and they're like the lowest in the totem pole, and so they're it's kind of like the underdog story. It's a typical 80s kind of comedy setup, and they're up against the fancier cabs and shit like that.
The good stuff. The good cheese.
They're the misfits. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that stuff. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've been meaning to watch that one for a while. It's escaped me. But that's a good pick off the first of the night. Runner, now you've been bragging to me. You've been saying you was on vacation, you got some stuff. So let's see what you brought to the table tonight.
Quit running your mouth and show it, Runner.
Exactly.
Everyone uses that joke about me.
Well, it works.
Yes, it does.
I agree. All right, so I went, like FanZcene said, I went shopping. It was a pretty fun day I had, but this is one of them. Jackass.
Is that was that just the first one?
No, this is the complete like movie and TV collection.
Oh, the whole set,
wow.
the whole collection.
How much did you pay
Nice.
for that?
I think I was where did I go to get this? Like, I think I was at Target or Walmart, and I paid like $20 for it.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, no. So here's the
Man, that's
TV
good
collection. Yeah, it's TV collection, and here are the movies.
Cool.
So that's it's cool. I've only seen, I think, like the first movie, and that's it. It's on TV or something.
I've seen all 3 of them.
And I know there's a new movie coming out, so hopefully this will prepare me for that.
Yeah, I remember watching it on TV back in the day, man. That was so
yeah,
old it is.
Yeah, those are the kind of stuff like me and my dad would watch back in the day. You know, it was one of those things that would come up on TV and stuff. Yeah, so I thought I'd get this.
It's not bad. I've never been a huge Jackass fan, but there's been moments where I was just like it captures your attention and you just can't turn away.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's just watching stupid people be stupid, and it's great.
Yeah, I don't ever remember going out of my way to see it. I mean, I remember renting like a couple of the movies, maybe, but even then, I don't. Maybe even one of them, I don't even think I did. That's I was like at a friend's house and saw it. But like, yeah, unless I was at a friend's house and they were watching it, it was one of those shows I never sought out. But like, you're flipping through the networks and you run across it and you see them doing something stupid and you end up watching the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Late night, Saturday night on MTV, you'd be like, "What's this? Jackass? I'll watch it." I like their Bad Grandpa movie. I actually kind of like that one. I thought it was really good.
The Bad Grand, yeah, I think comes with like 2 of the Bad Grandpa movies, I think. In this thing, yeah, it's
well, then you got a hell of a deal for $20 if you got the Bad Grandpas, the 3 movies, and the TV collection.
Yeah. Look. There's Bad Grandpa.
Yeah. Oh, the other one I think is maybe it is like a different movie. I think it might be. It's like a movie made up of the outtakes, I think, but something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the other Bad Grandpa.
Yeah, I think so.
I
could be wrong. Yeah, it comes with the first movie. And they're all unrated, I guess. But number 2, there's 2.5, 3, 3.5, and then there's Bad Grandpa, and then Bad Grandpa 0.5.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's a good pickup.
Yeah,
$20, right?
Yeah, I think it was like the only one there. I didn't see like what the price was. But like I asked the guy checking out, like, "Hey, can you tell me what the price is for this thing?" It's like, "Oh, $20." I'm like, "Yeah, deal."
Nice. And your mouth ran a little bit, but you actually had a good one.
Correct.
Correct. You are correct, sir.
And what for us?
Yeah. Okay. This is with considering I got to turn my camera on. There it is. The Invisible Man Steelbook.
And it's invisible because you're all digitized.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're pixely as fuck.
Am I real pixely? Really bad? Oh, my internet dropped. I see it.
Yeah, your eyes. I was gonna say your eyes are invisible.
I just adjusted my cam to 720, so hopefully that helps mine too.
Okay, FanZcene, just do this, and
that's what I'm trying to do.
Sometimes that helps. But...
yeah, sometimes that helps.
Any better?
That's better.
A little bit.
Wait, it's a little bit better.
There you go.
There it goes. All right.
Yeah, we couldn't even see the cover, and it's a fucking invisible.
My internet dropped out real quick there a minute. Sorry about that, but I don't know if you can see this with the glare, but the Invisible Man, Alex Ross.
I can see it.
Still.
Oh, that's Alex. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. I like it. I like the Universal Monsters.
They just got announced for 4K too.
Yep,
at least the first ones did.
Yep, the first Wolfman, Dracula, Invisible Man, and Frankenstein. I believe it's Wolfman. Wolfman's the 80th anniversary. Dracula and Frankenstein's 90th, and then I think the Invisible Man's is the 90th next year. But yeah, the little plastic thing on it's a little bent up at the bottom, but other than that, it's all good. But yeah, I'm like I love the Universal Monster movies, and this was one of the few steelbooks of it that I actually got because they sold out real quick.
Right.
Yeah, so that was one I was,
Invisible Man is probably one of my least favorite of the Universal.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorite, but that was the only steelbook I could get, and I dug the steelbook cover, so.
That's cool. All
That's
right.
cool.
Well, I
So,
guess I'll do my next one.
yeah, go ahead.
I got next is At the Car Wash.
Is that with George Carlin?
Yep. George
Yeah.
Carlin, Richard Pryor's in it. Great soundtrack. A few features, not a ton. It would have been nice if it had like an updated soundtrack because it's got great music. You want to hear that shit in stereo, right? But it's just
Right.
got the mono soundtrack. But Shout does a decent job overall, I guess. Got a commentary of the trailer and a couple of featurettes and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a good book. I actually enjoyed this film quite a bit. Now there's a connection, though,
Oh,
to these two films.
bring it on.
Can anybody guess what the connection between DC Cab and Car Wash is exactly?
They were the car wash for the DC Cabs.
No, but that is very clever. The connection is Joel Schumacher.
I didn't know Joel Schumacher had anything to do with the car wash.
Yeah, believe it or not, he is the writer.
Oh,
so,
really?
It was written by Joel Schumacher.
That's pretty cool.
So, there you go.
That's awesome.
But he directed DC Cab. So
nice. That's a nice, cool little thing. Speaking of soundtracks, the Wildlife.
did you finally get a chance to watch that?
Yes, I watched that. I loved that movie. Dare I say, I might have liked it better than Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You know what's funny is like as far as enjoyableness is like funny and because like the thing with Fast Times is it's got its moments, but
yeah,
you're constantly reminded that this is a true story and this shit actually happened.
Yeah, so it can be a little depressing at points.
It can be a little depressing, but so like the Wildlife, you're like, okay, so this is loosely based on maybe some influences of people that Cameron Crowe probably knew. So it's a little bit easier to get into. And because I brought it up to Robert Meyer Burnett and he's like, oh, I hated that movie. I'm like, what?
What?
Like it's like the true spiritual sequel to Fast Times. But not only that, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. I really liked it. And I could see why maybe they wanted Eric Stoltz and Leah Thompson as the leads for Back to the Future. I could see why they maybe thought about that.
Well, that was part of the reason that they did hire him in the end eventually.
But I liked it. I thought Chris Penn was hilarious. It's casual. I love that. It was great. I thought it was a good movie. It was very enjoyable. And the soundtrack, like you said, was amazing to that. And Van Halen was working on it, so that's cool right there.
Yeah, I got the vinyl for that one.
That's awesome. And I see that, Runner. You stole that from my video, from my skit.
That is awesome.
Dude, where I did my. I was watching one of his physical media videos he did recently. I fucking laughed my ass off.
Scanners is a classic. I would do the same thing.
No, like he was just showing it off, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I couldn't stop laughing. like I even left a comment on the timestamp, and I'm just putting skulls on there. I was so fucking dead. I had to take a screenshot.
I just had to do it. I had the scanners. I found the VHS and I see the cover, and it's like I had to do that scene.
So what you got, Runner? What else?
Yeah, what do you got, Runner?
All right.
After you get my big old mouth open like that.
Oh, I got scanners.
I think this is perfect timing. I found this for $7 while I was out on Target. The extended cut of Suicide Squad.
All my friends are heathens. Take it slow.
I actually haven't seen the extended cut yet. I've only seen the theatrical, which is not great. In all honesty, it has its moments, but and I think tomorrow is the day when a lot of people, including me, will be doing the whole hashtag release the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, because I do want to see the Ayer cut.
I will say the extended cut, it's really not much difference. There's just like a few
that's what I've heard
with Harley and stuff, but it's still, overall.
That's what I've heard. But yeah. I do really want to see the Ayer cut. That's the main reason why I got it.
It is what it is. I don't know if you can polish that movie up or not, but
no, because like David Ayer even said it was supposed to be a completely different tone, and what they did to it, they just made it into a Guardians of the Galaxy type movie, and they made it all colorful and all that shit. Kind of like how kind of like what Joss Whedon did to Justice League, except Justice League is much worse.
Yeah.
Fuck that piece of shit of a movie.
It's a little better, but it's it's an acquired taste for that Suicide Squad movie.
Unpopular opinion, up until Shazam, that was my favorite DC movie of all the DCEU films since Man of Steel. Anyway,
not bad. I think the Batman stuff was cool in it, and
yeah, I keep forgetting that. I think Ben Affleck's Batman was in it for like 2 scenes. It was like one with Joker and Harley with the car chase, and then one with Deadshot and his daughter. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't hate it. I mean, I think I gave it a 7 out of 10 when I reviewed it when it came out.
No, I don't hate it either. I can just see.
Well, here's my thing. I want to see the Ayer cut, but I'm wondering if I'll even like it.
Yeah,
because the reason I liked Suicide Squad is because I wasn't a fan of Man of Steel and BVS.
I did like the lighter tone at points.
I did too. I hated the Joker though, but the rest
I'm not a big
I
fan
the
of
lighter
him.
tone. Yeah.
No, the Joker, the way I can't really say much about him just because they shot a lot more with him, and they cut out so many scenes with Jared Leto, and for what I remember, he was pissed.
And I mean, I obviously I understand why people didn't like the movie, but I'm also one of those who notoriously can find a lot of joy.
Me too.
Films.
Yeah, me too. I love
there's good moments in it. I mean, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is the best part of the movie, without a doubt.
It's got good moments.
Oh, I love cheesy shit though.
Yeah, me too.
I unapologetically do. So
no, I understand that.
Same wavelength here, Tom, because I just love cheesy bad movies. I mean, if somebody tells me you got to watch this movie, it's so bad and cheesy, I'm like, I'm there, I'm done.
I got a couple of cheesy bad movies coming up, actually.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna say Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. That's James Gunn's movie, but no, I mean, I want to see the Ayer cut. I think it will be better than the one that we got in the theater, but that's just me.
It might definitely be a darker.
Plus, he even said like it's a direct like prequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Steppenwolf was supposed to be in the Ayer cut fighting Diablo.
Really?
Yeah, dude. There's a shot, or I don't know if it was like a fan edit or if it's like legit, like just unfinished footage of Steppenwolf fighting Diablo. That looked fucking badass. like
I see.
It was supposed to be like all that weird clay monsters in there. Those were supposed to be parademons as well.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be fighting fucking parademons in the Ayer.
I didn't know there was supposed to be like an apocalypse connection to it.
Yeah, but I think
Martin like says so. Runner like Suicide Squad for the plot.
No, I mean
it's Margot Robbie. It's the plot. She's the plot.
Oh,
it's over your head, Runner.
No, I was gonna say again. Like, no, I mean, I like her in it. I mean, I had a huge fucking crush on her when I saw it in the theater. But
I'd like to land some of her plot.
Right. I will say, much like Tom, it was one but I did like Man of Steel, but I understand why a lot of people don't. So I get that point. But I will, much like Tom, I did enjoy the cut we got of Suicide Squad.
I would love to see the Ayer cut though, and I'm just not so sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm sure it'll be much darker. But then again, it could turn me around on Leto's Joker. It could be one of those things where it'd be like, oh, I didn't like the version of it; it was too dark. But I can see what they were going for with the Joker, and this is a much better version of the Joker, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I didn't really love the Snyder cut either. I thought, it's improvement. But I was just like, still didn't do it. But I'm not going to get down that road.
Yeah, I was going to say, you all know my stance on the Snyderverse. I love it. I know, but
give me some.
And I do want to see the Ayer cut because it is, very much connected to that universe.
No, and I hope you guys get it eventually because it's done. It's pretty much done. It would
exactly like that's what I've been saying. Like David Ayer, like even said, like my movie's pretty much finished. It's got it needs like a few tweaks here and there, and that's it. It's good. Because the Snyder cut, it needed to finish like CGI and all that. He already got the shots, he decided to add additional footage because he just had to do additional photography of Jared Leto's Joker, which I actually liked Joker in the Snyder cut in the nightmare scene. I thought that was pretty good.
So yeah. FanZcene, give me something cheesy and good.
Well, it's not something cheesy, but it's something good. I got that's for the next.
Then show us something good.
I'll give you something cheesy and good and bad. I was going to show something else, but you brought it out, Tom, because I did bring something cheesy and bad, but it really good.
Is it Jaws: The Revenge?
No, it's Surf 2. It's Surf 2, end of the trilogy.
How do you wait?
Oh, nice.
Yes, there is no Surf 2, there is no Surf 3. This is Surf 2, end of the trilogy. One of the most weirdest 80s movies of all time. It's got Eric Stoltz right here.
So there's no Surf 1 either.
No, there is no Surf 1. It's Surf 2, end of the trilogy. Gotcha. It's much like an airplane type naked gun type thing. Gotcha. Right?
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
I'll get that just because of the back of the cover.
Oh yeah. Now this movie
that's nice.
Is from Vinegar Syndrome.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and this movie is crazy. It comes with a little booklet here. Yeah, and okay, I'm gonna try to explain the plot to this movie to you guys, okay? Because there's really not much of plot at all.
Nice.
It's about these surfers, and the actual star of the movie is actually the villain, not the surfers. It's Eddie Deason, who you guys may know as the voice of Mandrake from Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, he's been in lots of stuff.
Yeah, and Grease 2 and so many other things. So he's this Critters 2. Yeah, Critters 2. He's like this mad scientist guy, and he's created this soda called Buzz Soda. And he hates surfers because they did something to him as a kid. And I don't want to reveal
think I might have seen this on cable when I was a kid.
It's late night. It's one of those cheesy, bad late night cable movies. So he makes these surfers drink this soda, and it turns them into like mindless punk zombies. And the whole point is just to pick on surfers. And there's a beach party coming up, and then there's a surf competition, and then that's the end of the movie. It's hilarious. It's great. And one of the defining features of the movie is that after it was filmed, the studio wanted more nudity, so they went back and reshot topless chicks and added them to the movie, and you can totally tell where it doesn't line up to any other part of the movie. How weird it is. It's just like this crazy, like if you like the Airplane or Loaded Gun and all that stuff, you'll like that. And it's just so bad, so cheesy. It's really good. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny as hell.
I can see why they did it because it came out in '83, so they're probably surfing on the wave of Porky's.
Yes, it was very similar. It's supposed to be like a Porky's movie and a spoof of like the what's her name? Annette. The surf movies from the 50s.
Annette Funicello and
Annette Funicello and all them. Yeah, it was supposed to be like that. Yeah, so Frankie Avalon. If you guys get a chance to see that movie because that movie is freaking hilarious and crazy. And Eric Stoltz as a surfer is freaking hilarious.
It's a love fest for Eric Stoltz tonight.
I know, isn't that weird?
Even though he's only been in one of the movies. Well, we technically talked about Wildlife, but that was a carryover. So,
and I haven't watched the documentary yet because I'm hoping to, because it says here that Surf 2 may have possibly inspired one of the biggest cartoons of all times, and I'm not sure what cartoon that is. So I haven't watched. There's a full documentary on it, so I haven't watched that yet. But it contains 2 cuts.
What cartoons have anything to do with surfing?
I'm thinking maybe Dexter's Laboratory, actually, because of Eddie Deason, the type of character he is in the movie.
Maybe. There you go. That's a good plausibility. You'll have to let them know.
So I haven't watched the documentary yet, but it's got 2 cuts, like an unrated cut. Oh, it's got the director's cut and unrated cut.
Is that one they released in 4K or only 2K?
It's been scanned in 2K, I believe.
Oh, okay. Just curious. So I know which one to grab if I get it.
Yeah. Okay, no, it's the theatrical cut and the director's cut. The director cut removes all the nudity that they added in. So yeah, but
Who's
there's
gonna
a
fucking watch that?
exactly. Yeah, well, he says there's nudity in his cut, just not as much.
Not as much. Gotcha. Well,
So,
still, that's like Sex Drive. Like, you ever seen
exactly.
that movie? That
Yeah.
movie is only funny because of the unrated version. Like,
Yeah.
because they add such, like, if you've never seen it, it's a movie about a kid who goes on this road trip to go have sex. It's basically a ripoff of A Sure Thing, only in the internet age. But the hilarious part of the unrated cut is they throw in such random nudity, and I don't mean just women, but all sorts of nudity on top of everything. It's like the special edition, Star Wars special edition of nudity. It's like everywhere on purpose, and it's hilarious. It's kind of like Dewey Cox as well. Same kind of difference. It's like gratuitous nudity for no other reason than just gratuitous nudity.
I don't think I've seen the unrated cut of that. I'm gonna have to see the unrated cut of that.
Dewey Cox or
no, the Sex Drive. I've seen Sex Drive,
like
but I don't think I've
there's even like some scene with like some black guy just walks on the screen with this huge dong and shit. It's just like random fucking just because, you know, like it's like, now that is clever.
That's funny. I'll check that. I haven't seen the unrated cut. I've seen the actual cut.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which version or how you would have seen it, but like, yeah, that's the only version I ever saw.
I think I watched it on like HBO.
They probably just had the theatrical cut. Yeah. Well, I suppose my next one. I'm going to stick with Shout Factory. I got a steelbook myself, though. It's Piranha.
Oh, Piranha! It's like the anniversary of that, ain't it?
78. So came out the same year as Jaws 2, I think.
Joe Dante, man, I love Joe Dante.
Yeah, Joe Dante classic. Roger Corman produced. It's notoriously one of the most well-known Jaws ripoffs. And probably really, as far as being a Jaws ripoff, has the least amount to do with like anything like Jaws. You know what I mean? Like, of all the ripoffs. So it kind of stands on its own. It's a 4K scan, but they've only done a 2K disc to this point. But I imagine that at some point we'll see a 4K disc in the future. But I saw the deal on the steelbook, and like you, I'm like, fuck it. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. Now, I haven't checked out all the special features, but this one is loaded with special features. So I can recommend this one highly. Now, I'm not sure on its availability still, because generally when these kind of things tend to go on sale, that's a sign. But again, that means that Shout Factory might be planning and revving up to do a 4K release of it too. So that's why I never get tricked by a lot of these, because Shout Factory even has like a link on their site to stuff that's going out of print. 9 times out of 10, that means they're going to re-release it, or somebody else got the rights and they're going to release it. So just keep that in mind.
I'll check that.
It's more like 8 times out of 10.
That's what I did with Streets of Fire. The steelbook was cheaper than the other one, and it contained the same stuff, so I just got the steelbook.
Oh yeah. So you'll get lucky, because then if you can find the steelbook sales, especially of titles that are out of print, that's when you got to snake them bitches up. Exactly. Yeah. I did Streets of Fire, same exact thing. I got it on steelbook because the regular one's out of print. So
yeah, so that's the same thing I did here. And Terrell says Tom's got the choice picks tonight. Yeah, you did.
I got a couple of goodies coming up.
Yeah, you got some good ones there. Runner, it's up to you.
All right. This is a 4K that I found while I was out, and I hadn't seen this movie until recently, and I'm happy I got to see it. I wish I saw this in the theater. It was super popular at the time. Well, I think this came out in like whatever. It's Alita Battle Angel.
Alita.
Nice.
I watched it. Yeah, it's not too bad.
I freaking loved it.
4K, that thing looked beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, because when I got this, it was like
pretty good too.
Yeah, it says Blu-ray 3D, which you don't see a lot these days. And 4K and Blu-ray. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll snag this." And it was on a pretty cheap price too, at Best Buy. So
nice.
Yeah, I got it and I watched it and I was like, "Yeah, I love this movie. It's really good." And I mean, the world building in that movie it's not something I haven't seen the world building in that movie like something like that in a while. So it was great.
Yeah, it actually isn't a bad movie. It really isn't a bad movie.
No, it just pisses me off. I wish I'd seen this movie instead of fucking Captain Whammin' in the theater. That pisses me off. Because like I watched the trailers and it didn't like pique my interest as much. Like I thought they were all right, but it wasn't something I was like, oh, okay. But then it was one of the things like I wanted to see, but I hadn't. So then later I'm like, you know what? I got to pick this up on 4K because I need to watch this movie, and I did, and I loved it. So I'm happy.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie at all. It did suffer from bad marketing.
Yeah, that was the problem. That was the fucking problem. This like didn't like pique my interest.
Yeah, that's the thing. But sometimes there's movies like that. You see something and it don't pique your interest, and you go back and watch it, and it's like, hey, that's actually a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
the visuals are amazing.
mm-hmm. Is that Robert Rodriguez who did that one?
It is Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
It was also produced by James Cameron. Because when I saw the trailers, I was like, I feel like this is a James Cameron project. But then I was and then it was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and I didn't know who Robert Rodriguez was at the time. But then later on,
you didn't know who he was.
I was fucking younger at the time.
You didn't even watch Spy Kids as a kid?
I did, but I didn't know. That doesn't mean I know who the guy is.
I mean, that's rather your age group, Spy Kids movies.
I know, but okay, here's the thing. What other director could I say like I watched his movies but didn't know about the fucking person because I didn't care at the time? Oh yeah, I mean, nah. It doesn't matter. Like, here's the thing. Like, yeah, I saw Spy Kids. I haven't seen in a while, but I wasn't like looking up who Robert Rodriguez was or any of that.
I knew him from Desperado and from Dusk Till Dawn and
yeah, Dusk Till Dawn was good.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
What about I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I was not a fan of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Never seen it. I was like probably 20-something years old when that came out, man.
I cringed when I saw it, even when I was younger. I don't know why. I don't know why people like that movie, but he did that. I don't know. I don't get it. Apparently, he's directing a sequel to that.
It's already out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
Because some people liked it somewhere.
It's fucking weird as shit. I don't know. I thought it was cringe as hell.
Like I said, I've never seen it, but that's not a bad pickup. It's at least and it's on 4K. So whenever you get your 4K TV and stuff, you'll see it and it'll be beautiful. You'll be able to tell a difference.
Exactly.
So I got a 4K for you guys.
All right.
My ET 35th anniversary collection.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's 4K. It comes with the movie, the soundtrack to the film.
Of course, it comes with a movie.
Yeah, of course. And a little booklet on E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the whole making of it.
E.T.
So yeah. I like E.T. It's not one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies.
No, yeah. He's made better movies.
Yeah, I mean it's a seminal classic. It's good to watch around Halloween.
Yeah,
like I've talked with Tom before. I prefer if you've ever seen a John Carpenter's Starman, I prefer that one to E.T. But I really love E.T. It's just it is really a great film.
Yes. Speaking of John Carpenter, I did recently watch the first Halloween movie.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, no, you're supposed to say it's a masterpiece.
Okay, motherfucker, I'm not into horror as much as you are, so I can't say it's a fucking masterpiece.
It's like John Carpenter's
here's
masterpiece.
The thing. You know what? Here's the thing. I gotta see the other like other John Carpenter movies in order to say it's his masterpiece.
There's so much to the first Halloween movies it's just so many layers to it. It's just such a great
it's a masterpiece. Shut the fuck. No, and I gotta
Runner,
see
do we have
the
to
other
cancel
movies
you?
because I don't know. I want to see the others so I can see Halloween Kills.
Well, you don't. All you have to do is see the first one.
That's it.
Yeah, because the
Oh.
Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills erases all the movies except for the original Halloween movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, I'll
So,
still watch the
I would
sequels
prefer
anyway.
I would say to you, watch the original timeline. That's the best timeline, period. Nobody's going to change my mind on that. But they do add in, like in Halloween, and I would assume in Halloween Kills, they will add in Easter eggs from the other movies. You know, it is what it is. I liked Halloween 2018. Did it have problems? Yes. They didn't maybe quite get what John Carpenter was going for in the first flick, but I liked it for what it was. So there's that. And
All right.
Tom, but it is good. I'm glad you watched it and you liked it at least.
I have the 4K of ET that set too.
Yeah, that one. That's a nice one. I just grabbed it up off the shelf.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there was I didn't get a ton of new movies in the last week, and the ones I did
Me
get,
neither.
I haven't gotten to really watch yet. So that's why I haven't shared them, because I did get like the 4K Transformers and a few other things. But yeah, so but I guess the one I did get to watch here, speaking of cheesy bad movies, now I've shown the most expensive Blu-ray I've ever bought before, so this is the second most expensive one I've ever bought, and this is rad, and this would be the 4K edition from Vinegar Syndrome. Speaking of Vinegar Syndrome,
Nice.
and yeah, this one's way out of print. Now this did get re-released recently by Mill Creek, and I'm assuming a substandard Blu-ray edition. But
I have the Mill Creek, or no, I have the Mondo Steelbook.
which I believe the Mondo Steelbook is the Vinegar Syndrome.
Yes,
Blu-ray.
it says it's scanned in 4K on it. So.
Yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray is is worthy, but the 4K is a very nice scan. Not a shit ton of extras. There's a few things. Oh well, that's not true. There's actually quite a few extras on it, but it looks really nice as always. Vinegar Syndrome does a great job with the scan. Has a 5.1 mix on it. For a movie like this that doesn't really deserve this much attention, I was surprised, and I would never really spend that kind of money on it. But of course, I missed it on its initial run. And these Vinegar Syndrome 4Ks are usually like $40-$50.
Yeah, they say they will never drop below that price.
That's the thing. So me spending $100 on this, actually, I think I got it a little cheaper than that. I think I paid $80 for it. So even even that's not too bad, right? So I can't say that I'm too upset with that, because the chances of that coming out on 4K again are pretty slim anytime soon. Especially if Mill Creek's releasing a Blu-ray of it, that means that the license is going to be tied up for a while. But considering that movie has not been released on DVD before, it says a lot. Like, it's finally getting some love. So that's like a rarity that we actually get a movie that's released on Blu-ray that never got a release on DVD, an official one anyway. It is now. Now it has a DVD, I'm sure, but at that time it didn't. So yeah.
And I got that's why I got the Mondo Steelbook, because the Vinegar Syndrome was out of print and it was so expensive, and they just had like released it, so I paid $20 for it. And it's not.
Don't feel bad though. The Blu-ray is really well done.
I watched it. It looks probably the best quality, that unless you have the 4K like you, that you're going to get for that movie.
And let's be real, this isn't a movie that like screams out for a 4K.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a cheesy bad movie, but it's a damn good cheesy bad movie that you wouldn't think somebody would put that much love and care and attention into.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if they went to the negative. I don't think they did. I think they got an answer print or something like that, but it still looks pretty good. Oh no, it says it's from the original negative. So okay.
Oh,
yeah, the negative just must not have been kept in that great of shape, or they didn't do any major like overhauls on it. Because it looks pretty good. So, and it keeps the filmic look. That's all I care about.
Yeah, it does have like I love the little glitches and pops here there once in a while. It lets you know that you're watching a film. So I like that they didn't erase all those.
And the grain.
I love the film grain. But yeah, it does dip out, and like on the DVD, it does dip out in some sections of the film. But that's probably like where you said they just scanned it and it wasn't in the greatest condition.
That
But
or like it
it's
just
clear.
wasn't kept in the greatest condition. Yeah, because I think the reason it never got released all these years was some rights deal. So it's hard to say where it's been kept because the company that owned it went out of business like years ago. And like, yeah, so it's one of those movies that kind of floated around for a while and nobody knew who had the rights, I think.
That's cool. That's good. That's a good one. I like it. I like you got the 4K. A little jealous, but I'm glad with the Steelbook.
And again, next week I got some good ones coming because I haven't got a chance to watch them all yet. But hopefully, I'll at least tease. Like I said, I don't know. I'll probably at least show the Steelbook next week of Transformers if I don't get to watch it. But there's another film I got in 4K that even R&B hasn't got his hands on yet. At least to my knowledge, that he's drooling over getting. But sooner or later he'll get it, I'm sure. But I have a copy.
You're such a tease.
I'll tell you in the private chat.
All right, sweet. Runner, you're next.
All right, I found this at a junk sale while I was out, and I was super happy to find this because, yeah. Jesus Christ, the light.
America.
Hell yeah, Team America, World Police. This is a great comedy movie, and I was super happy to snag it.
America, Matt Damon.
Now, damn it! I was gonna make that joke, you asshole.
I think that's the standard R-rated edition, right?
I don't know. I mean, it
doesn't say unrated on the front, so I think it's just the regular one.
No, it's got 2 stickers on there. It says comedy. It says R. So
no, but that's I don't know. I'm just curious. Yeah, there is an unrated edition, but I was going to say the unrated edition isn't actually technically the director's cut. The director's cut is the R-rated edition because all the stuff that's in the unrated cut of Team America was stuff that Matt and Trey put in there on purpose. So when they would get the NC-17, they would cut it out and they would send it back and get the R. So it was never intended to be in the movie in the first place.
Yeah, where can you get the unrated version?
It's only been available on DVD, but it's I don't know if it's still in print or not.
Because it doesn't say that; it just says special collector's edition.
Yeah, it's not their preferred version. Their preferred version is the theatrical cut. So that's the version they wanted to do. The only thing that's in the unrated version is just like a ton more puppet sex and like a puking scene and all this other shit that was never meant to be in the film.
Yeah,
I think that might have been the one that I've seen because the first time I watched it, it was on a watch party because my buddy Kai MFS, I don't know, FanZcene might know who that is. He's a guy in this. So we were on a Discord, and one of the movies we watched was Team America because he knew I hadn't seen it at the time, so we watched that, and I'm pretty sure there was one of the characters was fucking puking. It's disgusting.
Yeah, the sex scene goes on for like way longer.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one that I've seen as the unrated one.
And again, like you're not really missing out on anything. Like, yeah, it's got some extra moments in it, but like I said, that's not the version that Trey and Matt intended to be out there. In fact, they have not re-released it since, and I think that's why. It was only that one time, and and that was when they were doing the whole unrated thing as a craze. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I got a bunch of. I got
just the standard cut.
Yeah, but I got some other stuff from the junk sale, but I'll show those off at another episode.
You guys are teasing me tonight. I haven't had a whole lot of new stuff lately, so.
Well, some of these are some older ones I dusted off because I actually got to.
I mean, I made sure to get some new stuff just so I can show some stuff off in the future episodes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I need to get more stuff.
A lot of the ones I've shown off, I've only either watched like a little bit of, and very rarely like watched the whole thing. So like, I want to try and recommend stuff that I've actually watched.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the other thing new one I had tonight was Surf 2, and what I'm about to show you, it's new but it's old. What I'm about to show you next, and it's not a movie. So I have Alice Cooper's Constrictor, the original pressing of Alex Cooper's Restrictor, and it is in such good condition. I saw it and I had to get it. It's got that, and it's even still got the insert on inside here.
That disc is shiny as fuck.
Yeah, it's like
Is that the one with the Jason song on it?
yes,
Yeah, I
it's
thought
got
so.
Man in the
I had that
Mask
tape when I was a kid. Yeah.
and Teenage Frankenstein. He's back the man behind the mask. Yeah, Crawling Life and Death of the Party. I mean, it's Alice Cooper, man. I had to pick this up. I was at a used bookstore, and so I went there to actually buy books, and I ended up buying a bunch of VHSs and this album here. It was just in such good condition. I saw it up there, and I was like, I got to get that because the Jason stuff and all that. It just was so perfect. So yeah, and it's just like really great condition, still still, and it's the original pressing. That's so cool. I had to get it.
Awesome. Nice find.
And it
I gotta
wasn't a
get
bad.
to a used store, man. It's been so long.
Yeah. I've been watching this channel, this chick who does her name's Kelsey. She does like vintage horror books. And I went to get some vintage horror books. And I was like, oh, they have VHSs. And I walked over there and I bought a bunch of VHSs and then that album. And I didn't get no books. So
I'd show more like CDs and albums, but I play so many on Mead Radio, I'd feel kind of redundant. So
yeah,
like, I'm always picking up like soundtracks and shit. So
yeah, that's fine. I mean, I get that, and most of this is for us to show off our movies and stuff. So, but I do when I say
have a
physical
bonus if we have more time at the end, though.
Yeah, and like when I do say physical media, I do mean all physical media. Novels, CDs, records,
yeah,
movies,
and that's why I said I'll bring it up if we have more time because I actually have a goodie or two to show.
But I love sharing off the movie. So yeah, I saw that. It was great, and it was a really good price. It was $30. So
nice, $30. That's a little steep, but not too bad.
I mean, I had it, and I thought it was all right. So I just got it
for the shape. Not too bad, but
yeah. So, but yeah, that was my like newest pick up there. But I liked it, and I had to get it. So
I'm still really.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought you were done talking, but I'm still really pissed off. You made the Matt Damon joke before me. That's so fucking disappointing. I was literally going to say it, and then you said Matt Damon, and I'm just like, fuck you, fuck you.
Gotta be quick, runner. Or should we just call you Matt Damon?
Is that a compliment?
No.
Why?
Because I don't mean Matt Damon the actor. I mean Matt Damon the puppet.
It doesn't matter if he's a puppet or Matt Damon. He's Matt fucking Damon. He's Matt motherfucking Damon.
Matt Damon. That's all I hear now.
I know it's so good. Like I heard the joke. I heard the joke before, because it was a meme. I heard the joke before I saw the movie, and I laughed my fucking ass off when they brought it up in the fucking movie.
Gary, I want you to get on your knees, and I want you to do something for me.
Matt Damon.
There, you made the joke.
Everybody has AIDS.
You still fucking ruined it.
It's a great musical. Love that movie.
All right. Mr. Henry.
Just a normie.
All right. My last one as far as movies anyway.
Yep.
This one, I tell you, impressed the hell out of me, actually. I'd never seen it before. But it is 1980s cult classic 4K remaster of Maniac.
Ooh.
Very
nice.
Very
good pickup.
Good film. Fucked up. One of those movies I'm not sure if I'll ever watch it anytime soon again. I'm sure I will revisit it. But because it's pretty brutal. It's a 4K remaster from the original 16 millimeter negative. The Dolby Atmos remix they did for the sound is amazing. I'd listen to both tracks just to check, and even though it was done in stereo to begin with, the Dolby Atmos was just, it was very one of the best ones I've heard so far, believe it or not. There's a ton of extras I haven't got a chance to dig into, but Of course, Tom Savini is in the film. Plus, I'm sure worked on the makeup effects, and it stars Joe Spinell, of course, who most people may remember from Godfather and Rocky. But yeah, he plays like this maniac who's like goes out and kills women. It's almost like a modern day like Jack the Ripper kind of thing. It is unique as fuck.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to get too much into it because it is more of a journey of a film than anything. Like if you love like 80s slasher films, 70s slasher films, you'll love it. And this movie looks amazing. Like you can tell, even though it was done on the cheap, like they did a really great job putting this together. And yeah, like Joe Spinell was one of the writers on it, so it's kind of like his own Rocky in a way. It's just I was surprised at how good it was, like really well done. So I can't recommend it enough. Again, the 4K is a little pricey, but I think you get the Blu-ray just a little bit cheaper. But I do recommend the 4K highly.
Yeah, and if you're like in the horror and 80s horror stuff, it's
Have you seen it before?
I've seen most of it, not all of it, because it is a rough watch, to be honest.
It's a great performance by Joe Spinell. That's what sucks you in. I had to watch it in 2 sittings. Like I watched half of it and then I broke away and then I had to finish it another time.
I've gone through it. I've never been able to quite finish it completely, but it is actually a good movie. So
the end is a trip, dude. Once you get through it.
Yeah, so I've been meaning to go back through it, but yeah, like I've seen most of it. And the performance is amazing, and the practical effects in this, and with Tom Savini, like you said, I'm pretty sure he did a lot of that on there, and he's even in one scene in the movie.
Yep.
So yeah, but it can be a bit of a tough slog. It's a little dark, but it's really good. It's brilliant performance, like you said.
Yeah, you got to prepare yourself. And I went into it pretty blind. I knew very little. I mean, I knew of the film. I probably had seen a couple of scenes from it here and there in like documentaries, but I'd never actually watched a trailer or anything like that. And I intentionally just went into it blind. So I just wanted to experience it. And even though it is, I don't know if I'd call it a slog so much as it's very much a tone poem in a lot of ways. Like, it has a linear story to it, but the story is kind of ancillary to, you're just kind of watching this man, not slowly, but quickly descend even darker and darker into just madness. It's a really trippy piece. And if you got to prepare yourself, it is of its era as far as like the pacing. I didn't mind it, but I'm used to that kind of pacing. But for somebody who's younger, I can totally see putting a bit of a warning on that. So
you're right. Slug isn't the word. You're right about that. It's like you said. You put it better than I could. But yes, but I'm used to like stuff like that. I've watched that.
The movie isn't even that long. It's not even 90 minutes. It goes quick. What is it here? It's like 120. It's only an hour and 28 minutes, I think, or 88 minutes. Yep. So hour and 28 minutes. It's a quick watch, but I still had to split it up because it is intense more so.
Yeah, it gets intense there. That's why one of the reasons I've never quite finished it is because it gets really intense, and I'm like, oh, I just got to breathe, and then I've never quite went back to it, and I really, really been meaning to because it is one of the it is really just really good. It's just, whew.
Night Owl, I actually would say I like it better than Last House on the Left.
I was never a big fan of Last House on the Left.
Yeah, that's one of those movies I respect more than I like. And the remake is decent because they did a lot of what I would probably like. That's the thing with Last House on the Left. It's one of those movies that the plot is better than the actual movie itself. Yeah, it's like because it's like if you get somebody who could redo this with some teeth, it could really, pun intended, be a something. I haven't seen the remake in a while, but I've seen the original quite a few times.
I've never seen the remake. I've never even seen the remake of Maniac either. So they remade that too.
I saw that after the fact. I was looking, I'm like, is there a sequel? And then I realized there's a remake with what's his face from Elijah Wood, yeah. And it sounds interesting. Have you seen it?
No, but like you said, it's like all told through his eyes.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever quite shows him full on.
So yeah, I may check it out in a later date, and if I do, I'll let you guys know what I think.
Yeah, and well, I know, and also the makers of Maniac went on to make Maniac Cop.
I have that as well, so if I ever get to watch that, I'll let you know.
Maniac Cop is it's a good one. 1 and 2. I haven't seen the third one, but 1 and 2 are really good.
I got the first one. I waited to buy the sequels until I saw that one. So
Yeah. Well, in this case, part 2 is considered to be the better movie. So when you get to, I like to hear.
I think they actually have that one out in 4K for some reason, but not.
Yeah. I believe they're releasing the second one and third one on 4K from. I don't remember who, but they are.
I don't know why not the first one, but okay. Well,
yeah, that's weird. Runner, your final one of the night.
All right. I believe it or not, I found this Blu-ray at a Menards for $5.
Oh.
And I had to pick it up. I knew this would make FanZcene happy. I have not seen the movie yet. I might watch it tonight just to. I have some time to kill tonight. I can sleep late. Night of the Living Dead.
Living Dead. I love that movie.
Dead.
That's one of my favorite zombies. That and the original Dawn of the Dead are probably my top 2 favorite zombie movies of all time.
Yeah, so I picked that up.
That's OG. A good one. I see it. Yeah. There's a common thread through this show.
All the time.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to show this off, but I thought I would. I'm not here to argue about Dawn of the fucking Dead with FanZcene.
No, you've got a classic in your hand there, bro.
Yes, that is a very good one.
Yeah, I thought I'd get it. I knew, like, I was like, you know what, I gotta find something that, you know, because the story is I was with my uncle, that's who I was visiting, and we were getting a tow rope for a boat, and we went to a Menards, and I was looking through, like, there was a $5 bit, you know, that pile of $5 movies, that some stores have. There was one more Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray in there.
Well, hopefully you enjoy it. You'll have to report back. For $5, considering you've never seen it, that's a good find, because that's not the greatest
that's not
release of it, but if you enjoy it for $5, it's worth it, because the only other release of it is the Criterion, and it's a bit pricey.
Yeah,
but like, if you love it, then I'd be like, oh yeah, pick up the Criterion. But
I was gonna say, what's the better version that you're?
Oh, the Criterion is, but it's pricey. So like, if you enjoy the film, go for it. But if it's one of those movies you watch it and you're just like, man, I'll maybe watch it again someday, then that way you know you didn't waste your money on it. Yeah, it's one of those movies where it feels a little older than it really is, but at the same time, you may be able to get into it, but it might be one of those that. I'm curious how somebody your age reacts to it. I really do. I do want to hear how you like. I almost want to hear your full report next week on that.
Yeah, so you have to do a review of it.
Yeah, I'm curious how you feel about it, because it's an older film, but you can. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say any more because I want to hear your reaction. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it next week when we do this.
Because I know you liked the remake of Dawn of the Dead and stuff like that, and how zombies are kind of like the thing again.
Yeah.
So like, I really want to hear your reaction from the younger generation.
Yeah, of course.
Really good. And I have the Criterion, which I showed on here, I believe, last week.
Which is a beautiful release.
It's great.
Was it? No, it wasn't last week, right?
It was one of the weeks I showed it. It comes with the poster and everything. The Criterion, I showed it. It's great, and it's such great casting in that film. And it was actually casting done on the level of actors who deserved the role. So.
I was gonna say, I think that might have been the episode where right after you showed that, I showed off Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, that was one.
But yeah, the only thing is for like all the movie was in the public domain for the longest time, so a lot of the releases are very subpar. So hopefully that doesn't put you off, because it will look kind of janky. Probably I have that release. It's not the worst, but it's not nearly as good as the Criterion. That's all.
No, I might check it out tonight.
Tyrell says, "Give it time to build, Runner. Then it's awesome." It is.
Actually, it kicks off pretty well, though.
Yeah, it does kick off pretty fast, and then it kind of mellows a bit, and then it.
I mean, it's funny when you talk about like Dawn of the Dead. I did actually watch the extended cut. It's free on YouTube. Yeah, it's really good movie. I
The
really
OG
enjoyed
Dawn
it.
of the Dead is on.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's no more room in hell.
Yeah.
The
The
dead will
dead.
walk the earth.
Yes, I love that
What?
line.
Something my grandfather always said.
Mm. I
No,
love that. I love that. I love that.
I do like the original.
Yes, it is
I think
good.
it's
And
really good, and I did enjoy the extended cut more.
if you can, yeah, I would like to hear you report on it. You could do a review or whatever, and I would like to hear your thoughts on it, like Tom said, because it is such a classic film, and like he said, it feels older than it should, but it's actually not. And it was done in such a way. I don't know, man. It's just that movie. Once it draws you in, it draws you in.
Just keep in
and
mind it
you
was
can't
shot
look
on
away.
16 millimeter for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen black and white films. I feel like, well, I was gonna say this might be like the only black and white film I own, but could be wrong.
Dare I say you may almost start forgetting about halfway through that it's in black and
Yeah.
white. And it's probably all the better for it, especially if you look at the makeup effects from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. It does. It once it, like Tom's right there. And like I said, once it captures your attention and gets you into the plot and the characters, you kind of forget that it's an old, like it's in black and white and that it is an older movie. So it's really good. And yeah, it's good, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a classic. And the Tom Savini remake isn't bad either. It's
Yeah,
actually
it's
pretty
decent.
good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sticks to the original pretty well, updates it without
Going too far.
Yeah, going too far. Plays with a few things, but doesn't go off, in the wrong directions.
Weren't
Really
there
well
two
done
remakes?
Oh, there's been a few.
Yeah. It's like Tom said, it's been in the public domain, so there's like people remade the shit out of it.
Yeah. And it's got parodies out the ass. And there was like a Night of the Living Dead 3D they did a few years ago with the guy from, what's his name? Sid Haig. And that one's horrible. That one's almost kind of a weird crossbreed between Night of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead. It's like, what the fuck? And then like there's been like 2 or 3 other ones. Yeah. And then there's even been people who have taken, I have this version of it, it's really strange. Anchor Bay went, and this is one of the ways I think they did it so they could actually copyright the disc. They went and filmed a bunch of added scenes and an added plot to the movie because they happened to get one of the original actors back. And it is so bad. It is one of the worst releases of the film. So this movie has been treated like shit over the years. So the fact that Criterion edition exists because they went back to the original negatives. It was the last thing George Romero worked on before he sadly passed. It is one of the best releases I've ever seen for that film. It makes it look practically brand new.
It's beautiful.
I heard that's probably not the first 4K release Criterion's doing, but fingers crossed it'll be one of the first because it deserves it.
Yeah, I'll be checking that out too because the Blu-ray is just beautiful. Like Tom said, it's the Criterion is you couldn't ask for anything better. And if they can do it better on 4K, I'm all down for that. All down for that because it's one of my favorite movies. Okay, so my final one of the night is it me? That's our final one? Let's see what I have for you guys. I have Critters, the box set of Critters.
Nice.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and from Shout Factory. I love the Critters movies. I think they're the best Gremlins knockoff.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Now we got another thing. I had Piranha, the best quote unquote Jaws knockoff. Here we got the best quote unquote Gremlins knockoff. Although it technically was written before Gremlins ever came out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there's a great documentary on there that covers a lot of stuff, which sadly made our interview with Robert Shea kind of he covered a lot of the same ground. But yeah, it's a really great special edition.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I just pulled this. I've had this for a while now, though. But I thought I'd share it. I really, really enjoy the Critters. The first 2 I think are great. The third one I like it too, even with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's his first movie, so I like it. And I even have a soft spot for the fourth one, even though it's in space and it's not really a whole lot of critters in it, but it's there's just something endearing about them.
Compared to the last two critter things we've gotten, those
Yeah,
are masterpieces.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, this it's a nice little box set.
We
It's
even
got
brought
some.
up Critters 2 earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Deason.
We did. Yeah, Eddie Deason. It's true. And when that girl turns into him as the bounty hunter and he's in that outfit,
Kill Kreitz.
Kill Crate. I almost would have liked him to see him turn into Freddy Krueger when he was looking at that.
I think everybody was bummed, and you cannot imagine. Like, okay, so that was 87. It came out, right? No, 88 that came out. So I guarantee you they were probably shooting Nightmare 4 and Freddy's Nightmares around the same time. Can't believe they couldn't have scooted Robert Englund in there for a quick fucking cameo. I mean,
exactly. I wish
New Line Cinema. Come on, guys. That would have been hilarious.
I think it would have been a great nod, and people probably would have freaked out a little bit. So I was kind of hoping they would have did that when I saw it. Exactly, that would have been so cool. So
what would have been funnier is if he goes, if you like, okay, he turns into Freddy, turns around the corner and then he goes, "Hi, how you doing?" or something like that to one of the critters, and the critter goes, "What? Oh shit!" and turns around and spins away. He's scared.
Runner has no idea.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been great.
Because Critters 2 has some of the best bits. Like, Critters 2 is one of the most underrated sequels ever.
I agree. I know it gets some shit, but I like it. I think it was great. I think it was good. And even like when the bounty hunter turns into the Playboy model, and she's got the staple in her stomach from the magazine.
That is one of the greatest bits
love that
ever.
scene.
I remember my mom laughing at that bit. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh shit, mom's gonna there's boobs. I forgot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she starts laughing because of the staple. I'm like, oh phew.
Yeah.
I wanted to laugh too. I'm like, oh shit, I can't not laugh at this part. I can't not laugh at this part. You're just a kid and you're like, shit.
Yeah. You don't, because you don't want to say anything.
Well, that's another one of those that's funny because a lot of the things that people remember, the most memorable stuff from the franchise in quotations, even though people will like always talk, oh, the critters, I love the critters. The stuff they love is in the second film.
Yeah, like the giant critter ball.
The giant critter ball, first and foremost, the baby critters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the lines, the bounty hunter bits are a lot more funnier. That's the stuff everybody remembers. And it's like, yeah, because that's from Critters 2, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But that movie flopped beyond flops when it came out. It actually lost New Line a deal with, I think it was Columbia Home Video, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, because it tanked.
They
spent a little bit more than they did on the first one.
Yeah, and you can tell when you watch it how much more they put money in on and everything. But I liked it. I enjoyed it, and like you said, everybody tends to remember stuff from that one. And if people would have just given it a chance, it wasn't the first one, but it had moments. It was good.
Dare I say that Critters and Critters 2 are like Alien and Aliens? Yes,
I will agree with that. I will agree with that 100%, because it goes bigger and better and bolder in the second one. And even I like the replacement sheriff too, the guy that came in for what was his name?
For Harv. Originally it was
Emmett Walsh was the original.
and he's great. Yeah, but then he declined the sequel, so instead they got
Barry Corbin.
Barry Corbin, yes, and Barry Corbin's great too.
Yes, so, I think he plays a better sheriff.
I don't know about in this movie. Yes, that's the thing. It almost is like it's the. I know this is a weird, stupid, but if you guys are Kevin Smith fans, you'll get the thing. It's like the Willem of two worlds.
Yes.
There's two Willems.
Yep.
And they both exist in the same world. And they both exist in different versions. Completely different versions, but they both work.
Oh, look, it's a sailboat.
Yeah.
You see it too? Damn it!
Oh, look, it's a schooner.
You dumb bastard. It's not a scooter, it's a sailboat.
I swear. My brother's every time.
You know what? There is no Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's much like that. It's like I love them both equally, but they are so different from each other because the original Harv is just kind of like, oh fuck. I gotta
Yeah.
do this shit again. I don't want to deal with that. I work here in this little podunk town because I don't want to do anything.
Exactly.
That's the original Harv, right? And
Yeah.
M. Emmett Walsh plays that to a T. And then you get to the second one, and that Harv is supposed to be the I've had enough of this shit. And he plays it to a fucking T. Like it's, gung ho Harv, right? Like it's
Right.
I'm here to kick some ass and take some fucking names, Harv. Like it's a totally different character, but it works for the movie.
It does.
Yeah.
And when
Sorry,
he shows
I went
up,
on a tangent there, but yeah.
no, I agree with you, man. And when he shows up with guns blazing when he comes back, I agree. I get where you're coming from. Yeah. Runner, you got to see the Critters movies. They're really, really good. They were great.
Yeah,
Kyoto Brothers
this town voted me out.
I've heard of them.
Kiss my
I
ass.
need to watch them.
They're good. It's just such classic films, man. I just like you. Yeah, I could see the Alien and Alien scene because like the first one, it's kind of like they're in this home, just like contained in their home, and it's more like got the sort of the 1950s, 80s vibe to it.
Darkness, the isolation.
Yeah. And then in the second one, it's a little more upbeat, a little more comedic, and but different. I mean, like they even kill the Easter Bunny on Easter in the church. So
right, Critters 2 is just one of those dream sequels. It's like when that movie came out, I was so bummed I didn't get to see it in the theater, right? And then when I finally saw it on video, I was just like, it was one of those movies where it was everything you wished it could have been, only it's better.
Yeah.
Kind of like Gremlins 2. It was like, oh my God, I didn't ask for this, but thank you. Like, I just wanted more of the same. You didn't have to do anything else, but you gave me so much more. It's like
it was so great. And then you even get Christopher Lee in Gremlins 2. Exactly.
I mean, I hate to make a crude analogy, but it's almost like, the girlfriend that not only sleeps with you, but goes down on you. It's like, I didn't expect both, but fucking amazing.
It was great. I love it. And and even Critters in 3 and 4 really aren't that bad. They're not the greatest.
Quite a bit. It has a lot of the same feel as 2 in a way, and then carries it over with a little bit of a Die Hard in Die Hard in a apartment building kind of thing. What's funny is Robert Meyer Burnett has actually interviewed the writer of Critters 3 and 4. He had on I can't God, what the hell is his name? His name just escaped me. Oh, shit. He's written a bunch of other shit too. That's why I had him on there. His name should be on it.
Yeah, of Critters 3, right? David J. Shaw?
Yeah, David Shaw. Yeah, he had him on like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh my God, of course you know David Shaw.
We need to get Robert on here one night with us.
We do. I sent him the link, but he didn't see it. So.
Oh, that sucks. We should get him on here one night. His collection would probably put mine and Runners to shame.
Well, him and I would be like, it'd be like a poker game.
Yeah, you two would be like having all the big foreign ones and everything, and meanwhile I'm here with like my shouts.
He'd pull out both versions of his Almost Famous. I'd pull out mine. Then to counter his other copy, I'd pull out True Romance and be like, "You bastard! I don't have it yet."
Yeah, that would be a fun one. We'll have to get him on here one night with us. Maybe next week we'll see if we can get him on here. But like I said,
I guess I teased one of my next week's titles if I actually get to watch. I didn't mean to.
I've been wanting that one for quite some time now, and
I watched a few minutes of it. Looks beautiful.
I almost ordered it from Orbit DVD. So yeah,
I love that movie. Of course, for those who don't know, True Romance is written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by Tony Scott, and it is a brilliant film, brilliant performances from all the way down from, let's see, we got Roseanne Arquette, the other one, the prettier one.
What is her name?
Patricia Arquette. And the main guy, I forgot his name.
Christian Slater.
You got Gary Oldman in it. You've got, there's a ton of other people in this movie. It's a great fucking movie if you haven't seen it. It's
a good movie. It's one I've been wanting for a while, and I'm probably going to get this. So, yeah. But like I said, next me and Runner will be like sitting here going, "What do you got, Tom? What do you got, Robert? You're
Like that'd be
definitely
like a
top what
poker
we
game.
got.
After a while, we'd have like.
Hey, man. I mean, listen. When you're talking about movies or whatever that I've not seen, I'm most likely quiet as fuck, and you and Tom are just talking.
That's we just are. Hey, when you got a long ways to go, man. So,
I know.
I hit the wrong button.
That's all good. I was just doing like a
Come
poker
on,
joke.
FanZcene.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was kind of looking over my like, I'm gonna pull one out.
But yeah,
I
check
did
out
go
Surf
put
2.
Surf 2 in my. It's in my Amazon basket.
Oh, I think you'll love that. I think you will love that, Tom. It's so good, so bad.
I didn't buy it yet because I'm gonna head over to. You said it's Vinegar Syndrome, right?
Yes, Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there and see if they got a better
I
deal.
got my card. I got my cards right here. Oh wait, let me get the big one. Let me get the big one. All right,
Well, this
I'm
has been
okay.
kind of a slow week for releases, but coming up,
Yeah.
we've got tons.
I know, man. There's so many coming out in October too that I'm just dying for, and in September,
Yeah.
so many. But yeah, like we'll see if we can get Robert on here next week, and we'll see who can one up with each other, Tom or Robert. Because me and Runner, I mean, I got a good movie collection, but I don't have big box
FanZcene
sets
and
like
I
you
are
guys do.
FanZcene and I are just gonna be the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then that means I'd have to pull out all my big guns and some of my. See, he's got some of the same stuff, but we got different versions of some of the stuff. So
Yeah.
FanZcene and I, we're just gonna sit. We're just gonna sit in the bleachers.
Yeah, I mean, I got like arrows and shouts and still books and stuff, but nothing like you had that American Werewolf in London box set. I don't have anything like that, and that's just amazing.
We're pretty close. He's still got me beat in pure numbers, but yeah, we're getting close. I'm getting close because he cut himself off at 2,500. I'm gaining on him.
Dang. But that would be good, and I think you guys all had good picks tonight. I enjoyed all your guys' picks.
Yeah, and coming up, like I said, I got some great stuff coming up. Hopefully, I just want to make sure I watch them ahead of time so I can comment on more than just the film. So I can actually comment on the transfer and hopefully some of the extras if I get a chance. So
yeah. And but yeah, that was good. And like with that Surf 2, it does dip out. It does get dark in some spots, but it's probably the best quality that movie like that will ever get.
Well, that's what I love about like this companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Blue Underground who did this beautiful version of Maniac. Like those companies are really putting the work in, right? Like
right.
Even if they can't, even if the original film's damaged, they do the best. And Shout Factory also deserves a shout out for that too. And Arrow and all those guys. Any of those boutique companies doing the footwork and doing a great job trying to get stuff out there, I applaud you. And yeah, I wish I had my own company, to be honest. I've talked to Robert a little bit about doing something like that, maybe doing like a fan driven restoration / Blu-ray boutique company.
That would be awesome. I would be totally down for you guys to do that.
Well, I'm sure there'd be a few of us that I would definitely try and get in on the floor level with us. So
that's awesome.
Because obviously that would be the whole thing. It'd be fan investors, so it'd be everybody's company, really, kind of a thing. So,
but yeah, that sounds good. And like I said, great picks tonight from everybody all around. I had fun. Hail to the chat. Memes and Destruction showed up. Welcome Memes. Tim Hayes, Night Owl, Tyrell 72, Eugene. Well, no, Eugene wasn't here. Night's End, Just a Normie. I'm trying to get everybody here as I can. Martin Acosta and everybody, and Tech-A-Man Blade. Thank you guys all for coming. And as we go, Martin did ask, has anybody seen The Kindred?
God, I think I did years ago.
I don't think
I did spoil 2 of my titles. I forgot. I did mention Transformers because I got that technically early because it doesn't come out for like another month almost or whatever.
Oh, lucky. I was wondering. I was thinking about that because the UHD and all that.
It's because I ordered it through Shout, so I got it direct.
Oh yeah.
I ended up ordering something from them, and then I needed to order something else, and I'm like, oh fuck it, it's the same price, so I could get the free shipping, and I just canceled my Amazon one, so I got it a couple weeks early.
Well, there you go. That's a smart move. But Runner, you should check out Shout. You'd probably find you a bunch through Shout that you would like.
Shout Factory.
Shout Factory, yeah.
That's fun. Funny enough, I'm just scrolling through Shout Factory right now.
Yeah, that's probably more your speed of like your stuff. But like
Yeah,
once you get
because I was gonna say like out of like all of the websites you've shown me, like I feel like Shout Factory has like a lot that like
yeah,
I'm familiar with.
yeah. I
They
mean,
have
like,
some of the stuff that's a bit more mainstream,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like that kind of leans in between A and B level stuff. So yeah, you'll probably find a lot more on there that you're into.
And then once you start branching out into other film, you know, explore like Arrow, Synapse,
Yeah.
Vinegar
Yeah,
Syndrome.
I've explored Arrow a little bit. Yeah, I gotta get used to this stuff.
It's a new world, man.
I know you guys are just fucking fanatics.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tom and Robert way more than me. I mean, I've been collecting movies since I was a kid, but
I mean, for me, I can't speak on anyone else, but I need to be really careful about spending fucking money.
Oh, I know how it is, man.
well, with me, I was using my YouTube money to fund my physical media addiction.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah, so I got a little ways to go, but I'm hoping I think I could probably hopefully get it back. We'll see. Tom helped me with something that I might probably try to do. So
yeah, other than that, I mean, I wish I had like some connections through some of like the Blu-ray companies and stuff. Because what I would do is like totally just hook you up with like free Blu-rays and shit if I could. But I don't even know how to get a hold of them, man. I've tried.
Yeah. It's hard. But thank you once again to everybody in the chat. Tom, Runner, appreciate you guys always coming on here. And yes, we will be doing this again next week. So I'll have you guys back on, and I'll reach out to Robert sometime, or hopefully before Wednesday, because I get bad at planning streams, and we'll see if we can get him on. And as I close out the show, this one's for you, Tom.
Looks like sort of a big turtle in a towel.